Yo, welcome back to the channel, guys. Mental Health Diaries. Hope you're all doing well. Live again to talk about mental health and to see if there's anyone out there that is struggling with their mental health. They can get involved in the chat. Just a brief mental health update for me. Obviously, I'm still on the waiting list for my therapy for my PTSD, which hopefully will start probably now the next side of Christmas. Obviously, it's a bit tight now. Contracts have been signed though, confidentiality contracts, and therapists are being assigned. So hopefully that will start early in the new year, and I can get to work on my PTSD because it's really disrupting my life at the moment in big ways, and it's costing me. It's making me feel older than I am. I'm normally fit and healthy, but it's really getting me down. So, um, anyway, yeah. What one thing I did want to mention, guys, is if you are struggling with your mental health, there's a great documentary on BBC iPlayer, and it's with James Arthur, the pop singer, about his mental health struggles. That's very inspirational as well. And I took some inspiration from that. Someone as famous as him, someone as popular as him, someone as successful as him, coming out and talking about mental health is very, very important. So if you do struggle with mental health, please check out his documentary on BBC iPlayer. It's very eye opening and it's very honest, as are my videos on my channel, because I've struggled with mental health for years. I just didn't want to admit it. I bottled everything in for years and years, and I just threw myself into my job. Um, and it all came to a head this year for me. Um, bottling things up and not facing things and running away from things isn't the right way to live your life. I know that now. You have to face things head on. You can't focus on what everyone else is doing or what everyone else's opinion is. You need to focus on what's going on in your own head. And if it's not right, then it needs to be looked at. Then it needs to get the support it needs because your mental health is as important as your physical health. Whether people want to admit that or they don't, it is. Because if you've suffered with what I've gone through this year, then you'll know that people just have a bad day and say, they might be in a bad mood, they might have had a bad shift or whatever. They come home and say, "Oh, I'm depressed." No, that's just a bad day. Depression is something that makes you do things to yourself that you wouldn't normally do. And I've self-harmed for years behind closed doors. I mean, even when I was working, I used to go into the on my break when I was having a drink, I would go into the toilets and cut myself with my knife, with my box knife that I used to open up the stock. It's just a habit that is very hard to die. Old habits die hard, as the saying goes. Um, but what I've learned this year is life's too short because I almost lost mine. My son almost lost his dad. My brothers and sister almost lost their brother, and my mum almost lost her son. So, for me, it's very, very important to understand that I have people that are rooting for me, and I have people that want me around because my mind tells me no one else wants me around. My mind tells me that I shouldn't be here. My mind tells me that I'm not good enough. My mind tells me that I should end my life in this way, that way. Some of the thoughts I have are wrong. Do you know what I mean? It's not. I'm not ashamed to say that I have suicidal thoughts, and there's some of the ways that I think about it is, God, it's like fucking something out of a Saw movie, but it's um, it's challenging because there's still stigmas around mental health. There's still mental health shaming out there. People still believe that mental health doesn't exist. People still believe that you can just snap out of it and get over it. Don't you think if I could snap out of it, I would have snapped out of it, but I don't you think that I've had enough self harm? Don't you think I've had enough suicidal thoughts? If I had had enough and I could have just snapped out of it, I would have done that by now. No, we need to be more open to the fact that mental illness is very, very important. We need to be open to the fact that mental health isn't visible. It's invisible. You can't see what they're going through. Only they know. But when you're diagnosed with it, like I am, it took me a long, long time. It took me many years to accept that I was mentally ill, and I am, and that's what I have to live with now. That's my cross to bear. I have PTSD. I have uh, clinical depression, and I suffer with anxiety as well. I can't be around too many people. I don't go to any social events. because of my anxiety. I would just have an anxiety attack. I was in a lift the other day, and I get out because there was just too many people in there. I couldn't stand it in there. It's like it's crippling. It's crippling anxiety. The depression makes me self harm. The self harm leads to the suicidal thoughts, and then when I try to sleep, the PTSD kicks in, and I start having flashbacks of other traumatic events that have happened in my life, and that is what the cycle is for me at the moment. I'm very, very tired, as you can see under my eyes, um, but that's not going to stop me from trying to do things, or trying to do positive things to take my mind away from mental health. Like for instance, this channel is become a purpose. It's not just a channel; it's a purpose in life that I now have. It's a purpose in life that has given me some sort of focus, some sort of structure. It's given me a reason to get out of bed, to try and help other people, to try and help myself, to try and promote mental health awareness, to try and get it out there that it's okay to struggle and it's okay to talk, to try and get it out there that it doesn't matter what other people tell you, it doesn't matter what other people think of you. What the only opinion that matters is the one that you have with yourself. Um, and if you're struggling in here like I am, they don't know that. They can't see that. So what difference does their opinion make? It makes no difference. The reason my mental health got so worse is because I let it get worse. It's my own fault. I don't blame anyone else. I blame myself for that. I blame myself for that. I let it get worse. I bottled everything in, everything that I'd gone through, everything that had happened in my life. I bottled it all in, tried to keep it down, keep it at bay, throw myself into my work, do stupid hours per week, and then I ended up doing what I did. Like I said, I'm not upset anymore. I used to get really upset talking about it, but it used to make me really upset. The thought that I wanted, of the things that I did to myself and wanted to do to myself, but I'm all cried out, literally. I've done enough crying this year. I could have filled 10 swimming pools over. Um, so I'm embracing what I'm going through now. It's something that I have to meet head on. I'm not running away anymore. It is what it is. I have what I have. PTSD can only be treated professionally, and hopefully that treatment kicks in the new year, and I can get back to a more stable place. But that doesn't stop me from being able to come on here and promote mental health awareness, promote breaking down stigmas, breaking down barriers. Um, doesn't stop me from my purpose. This channel has given me purpose, as well as my family and my son. This channel is a purpose now. It's a way of life for me now. This channel, and it's given me something to look forward to. It's given me something to be creative with. It's given me something to focus on. It's given me something positive to outweigh the negative that's going on in my mind. Um, because if I told you everything that went on in my mind, I'd be locked up in a mental institution. Some of my thoughts are really, really bad, and I have a massive, I have a massively low opinion of myself. But there's no one to blame other than myself. I brought it all on myself. I'm not looking for sympathy. I've embraced what I've done. I've been through a lot, and if I can get through what I've been through this year, the anxiety attacks, the depression, the low moods, the suicide attempts. Two very real suicide attempts this year, one in February, one in May. Um, if I can get through all that and find the right help, create a YouTube channel, talk to, obviously I'm talking to no one at the moment, but you know what I mean? I'm putting myself out there. I never had that courage before. I've found something now inside me that's giving me some sort of courage, that's giving me will, that's giving me hope. Um, because when hope dies, there's nothing left to live for. You always have to hope for something, and hope can give you so much strength that you never thought possible. Um, so for me, especially this time of year, it's important to talk and it's important to connect. I can only talk to certain people because of the anxiety, of the depression. I'm going through what I'm going through because of my own fault. And knowing it's my own fault and knowing I did this to myself is a very heavy cross to bear. Sometimes I feel like I'm carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders. but that's only because of what I've done to myself. Um, and that's important. That was important for me to understand in the therapy that I've had already this year. That dwelling on things that I've done in the past or what's happened to me in the past will keep me stuck there forever. And learn to embrace the new me, finding out what the new me wants to do, finding out what the new me has to offer the world, finding out what the new me can create. Hopefully, that creativity comes through this channel and manifests in itself into a community where people can talk safely and comfortably about mental health without judgment, without shame. Um, like I spend a lot of before I go live, before I do a video, it takes me a lot of time beforehand to get myself ready to be able to talk. I have to take my medication, I have to calm myself down with some breathing exercises. It's a process, and this channel is part of my healing. It's a part of my therapy. It's a part of me getting better. So that's why I've embraced this channel, talking on YouTube, creating content, and hopefully putting out, a story that will inspire someone else one day to do better, to improve their mental health, to know that there are other people struggling as well as them. They're not on their own, because mental health is a worldwide issue, not just yourself. You're not alone anymore. There's plenty of people out there willing to help and willing to talk. So I'll continue and persevere with coming live once a week, just in case I come across someone one day in the chat that needs help, who I might be able to talk to, who I might be able to give some sort of positivity to. And that's what I hope for this channel, and that's what I hope for myself. Looking forward to Christmas in 2023. There's been a lot of pain this year, and I've put myself through a lot of pain. My mind is going through pain. My body is going through pain. My emotions are going through pain. But at some point, I have to tell myself I need to let that go. And next year, you never know. You never know what can happen next year. You never know what can happen, and what one day can change your life. One opportunity can change your life. One freak chance can change your life. So if there are things out there that's going to help you get better and make you a better person, go and do them and get the help that you need. I tried to hide and I didn't want help, and it got me to where I am today. But soon as I reached out for help and I got the help through my GP, through my family, through Mind, the mental health charity, big shout out to them. And with the upcoming therapy that I've got with the primary mental health service, I got the help that I needed to understand what I'm going through, and now it can be treated. Now I can be helped, and I hope it does help me. But if I'm if I go backwards one day soon, which might happen because mental health, like one word to someone who's suffering with mental health, one wrong word can push them over the edge. So I need to be careful. But if I go backwards, I know I have the resilience inside me to fight through. I know I have the resilience inside me to not go as far as I did those 2 times, not go as far as cutting myself. Even though I still do now and again, it's not as much as it used to be because I'm having help, but it's still there. And I know something that scares me a lot is I know what I'm capable of, and I know what I'm capable of doing to myself. That is very scary for me. That's my nightmare. Um, that is my worst fear. I know what I'm capable of doing to myself because I've seen myself do it to myself. So I know I need to be careful, and I need to learn, and I need to listen, and I need to take the help on board, and I need to embrace the help and not block it out, not speak, not open up to the therapist, not talk about everything. Be honest. I know all that, and I hope one day I can get to a place where the mental health diaries becomes something that I've conquered my mental health and I'm helping other people. That's what I want to take the channel. That's what I hope to take the channel. And that's what I hope to do in the future is help other people and give back to the mental health community. Um, because that's important to me. Um, and life is so precious that I now know if I don't leave an impact on the world now, I never will. So I need to do something now. I can only do that with your help, guys, with your support. So please, if you do support mental health, if you are an advocate for mental health, please subscribe to the channel, bottom right hand corner. Share the video on your socials, get people aware about the channel. Let's raise awareness together. I can't grow this channel without your help. I can't take this channel to where it needs to be without your help. So please, if you are a subscriber, share it on your socials. If you're new to the channel and you've come across this video today, please subscribe, and help me raise awareness around mental health and help me break down the stigmas that are still and barriers that are still in place when it comes to talking about mental health. Um, let's go on a journey together. Let's go on a positive journey together. Let's create something special, not only for me, but for other people as well. And I can only do that with your help. So keep watching, keep supporting the channel, keep subscribing, bottom right hand corner, share, like the videos, look after yourself, look after your family and friends. And I'll speak to you all soon on the Mental Health Diaries. Take care. Goodbye.